Hi everyone, so I've bought a GoPro Hero 10 and I'm going to do a bit of a test with it right now. Let's have a look at, basically what we're going to have a look at in this test here is lens width. Okay, so each option that's available to us and how narrow and wide it appears. This will all be done in 1080 and it will all be done with the maximum bitrate or quality settings, if you know what I mean. The colour profile is going to be on flat. In fact, I can see an N on the screen, so let me just confirm that. Here's the GoPro app on my phone right now. That's how I'm controlling it. This is, oh, in fact, that'll be referring to narrow. It should be narrow, that's what that should be referring to. Let me just confirm the colour profile. I'll come back to you in 1 minute. I can't record while I check the settings at the same time, so I'll be 1 moment. Okay, so yeah, confirming that that was flat colour profile, high bit rate, the lens is on narrow right now, it's the narrow option. And to let you know as well, battery starting this process is at 51%. Just watch the battery drain. Just letting you guys know, watch the battery drain. While I'm on this lens, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that they don't tell you, which maybe I should know, maybe it's obvious, but I didn't know about this. It records in HVEC, and H.265, okay? And I think the H.265 or H.264, those options, you know, that you'll be more familiar with, are not really a problem, but I do think that the HVEC is a bit of an issue with some devices. So it just reflects the age of the device, to be honest, because I put this memory card into my TV and it doesn't play. I mean, it's a reflection of the quality and standard of what you're getting out of the GoPro probably, or it's just how it's encoded. But yeah, something to bear in mind. Some of the devices might not like it. The second thing that I didn't know about is there's a bit of an issue with these where they'll randomly switch on, and it'll be like when it's charging, or just randomly, basically just turns on. However, I have found it to turn on when it's charging, but I have also seen it turn on by itself when nothing's going on. And apparently what's happening there is your phone is sending out a Bluetooth ping, and it's sending it out to find devices. If you have a device which you constantly use, which syncs with the phone, and I've got like a smartwatch, I think it's a flaw in the app that's used, because it's a Huawei and Google, they don't really mix that well, and so the Huawei app is sending out a ping trying to find my watch, at the same time it's pinging the GoPro and waking it up. So the solution for that is to turn the Bluetooth off, but then of course I'll lose notifications on my watch. So what I did was I unpaired the GoPro from my phone. I unpaired the Bluetooth, I forgot the device. However, reconnecting it just now for this, to control it like this, wasn't the quickest thing. Hopefully in future it'll be a bit quicker and better, but it was a bit weird. Right, so back to this. It's narrow mode right now, and it's with stabilization on. Stabilization is set to the middle setting, which is known as high. So there's like no stabilization, then there's high, and then there's like super boost or some weird name like that. Okay, so let's just change it in narrow mode right now to the super stabilization. Bear in mind, I'm not moving it around and stuff. Let's look at how much it crops up here. 1 second. Okay, so just to let you know, the stabilization setting is called Hyper Smooth. Yeah, we've heard that battered around by GoPro, so it's called Hyper Smooth. It was just set to boost just then, and now I've turned that off. Let me know, has the framing changed? Any kind of crop changing just then? Let's move on to the next lens type, okay? Okay, so right now we're now in linear, and stabilization is still in the off setting right now. You can see this is much wider. It's a very nice frame to use, really versatile, great quality images come out of this. This is one that I'm going to be able to make lots of use of, hopefully. So this is linear right now, okay, and stabilization is off. Let's switch it on, see if it crops. And in this mode right now, so in the linear lens mode, I am getting the options in terms of stabilization. I'm getting off, high and boost. So right now we are in high stabilization. This is linear mode. Did it crop? Was there no crop? Let's now go to boost and see if that crops in right now, okay? Okay, so now we are in boost, linear, and boost of course is the stabilization. Looking at the quick glance I got on the screen a second ago here, it looked to me like it cropped in. But how much? You let me know, you judge. I'll have a look in the edit of course, and we'll see. Now let's move on to the next lens, okay? Okay, right now we're in the wide lens, and as you can see it's a much wider frame now. It's getting wider, it's getting nice. And right now hypersmooth stabilization is off. Let's switch to high. Let's have a look at how that looks. Okay, so still in the wide lens. We're now on hypersmooth setting as high. And how does this seem? Any kind of crop going on? Let's move on to the next stage of stabilization, see what it does. Okay, and so now this is on boost. So it's wide lens still, and this is boost in terms of stabilization. I am expecting some crop, however we will check it in the edit and we'll see from there anything you can see on your side. Let's move on now to the widest lens option and see how that looks. Here we go. Okay, and here we are now in Superview. So this is the widest option. Stabilization is off again, okay. So this is how it would be, no stabilization, just like on a tripod shot. Superview right here. Let's change over now to the high stabilization. In fact, on this one just now, the stabilization didn't take me to high as the next option, it took me to standard. So this is standard right here. It's just the middle option basically. You're given three options. You're given off, middle, which is either high or standard, you know, and then the top level. So any crop? Let's have a look, and let's now go to the final one. Okay, and hypersmooth is now set to boost, and this is a Superview lens. And let me know if it's cropped in or not. And just to let you know, the battery is now on 47%. I haven't really recorded much. You can see it's been using power to send the preview through to here, allow me to manipulate the settings a little bit. However, one thing I think which really should be bear in mind is that it really does rip through battery. My perspective was that I'm going to be using this not to its full capacity, if you know what I mean. I'm going to use it at 1080 mainly. How I see it, if I can get good 1080 out of a device, there's no reason why I shouldn't really be using that. I don't need to do 4K. I don't have a lot of media players at home that really give me the full 4K experience. I don't really feel like I need it. So I figured I'd be running it at 1080, and in doing so I should get good battery life out of this device. However, in my opinion, the battery life really isn't all that. If you think about things like the more the camera does, the more it's going to use, I would say it's going to use 1% of battery, I'm going to say every 3 minutes, and that's me being generous. So every 3 minutes of recording, it's going to use 1% of battery, and that is with a lot of settings turned off. I have a lot of settings turned off. I'll go through my general settings in another video, so if you do want more about the GoPro Hero 10, please do subscribe. I'm going to be using this to make pretty much every video that I make going forward. And I'll make sure that I note it and let you know that I'm filming on this. All of this is filmed on the GoPro Hero 10. Do subscribe, there's lots more to come with regards to this GoPro. Let me know what you want to see. I'm going to be doing more tests with it. Right now it's just a GoPro by itself. I've got nothing attached to it apart from the little tripod it came with, so no media mod, literally just the GoPro by itself. Again, this is in 1080, highest bitrate option available, and of course we've just gone through the lenses, so you've seen that. Myself, I'm hoping, in fact what I would like to see from GoPro is more of a dynamic stability option, one where if it's on a tripod like this, it doesn't crop in, so it stays nice and wide. As it detects movement, then it can start to crop, and it can go to wherever it crops, whether that's 20%, 30%, whatever it does. That's what I'd like to see. So the more stable you're actually holding it, the more you are rewarded with a wider frame. So a dynamic stabilization is what I'd like to see, as opposed to a standard crop, which is used to basically, manipulate your image, move it around inside to give you that smooth outcome. But yeah, so far I'm loving the video quality that comes out of the GoPro. I do think high bitrate is the way. I did a little bit of color grading at home, and the colors came out nice and clean, really nice. Again, I'll put that in another video. Please do let me know in the comments what you want to see, and I'm out to test this. I'm out to give it a few more tests. Things that I haven't seen in other videos is what I'm going to be looking to do with this, and I want to do this as just the GoPro by itself. No media mod, no other attachments. Let's see what the GoPro by itself can do. Okay, now I'm expecting the battery to be at about 40, let's say 45, 43. I'll write it somewhere here on the screen as to what the actual battery percentage is once I've turned this off. Thanks for watching for now, and subscribe for more. Thanks, bye bye.